this is Teacher Lay again. So for this video, I will discuss about the if-then statements. The if-then statements are also called conditional statements because they express conditions. A conditional statement has hypothesis and the conclusion. So the part of a conditional statement after if, that is the hypothesis, or it is the subject of the sentence. And the part after the then contains the predicate, or that is the conclusion. So I have here an example. All four-sided polygons are quadrilaterals. So our hypothesis here is all four-sided polygons. And the conclusion, all quadrilaterals. So our conditional statement, or the if-then form, first is, we are going to write first our hypothesis. So if a polygon has four sides, then it is a quadrilateral. Okay? Hypothesis, then conclusion. Because after if is the hypothesis and after then is the conclusion. So again, our if-then form. If a polygon has four sides, then it is a quadrilateral. Okay, example 2. Our conditional here, if the angles are congruent, conditional na ni nato because we have it is conditional na, or the if then form na ni, di ba? If the angles are congruent, then they have equal measures. So our hypothesis, again, the hypothesis is after the if. So the hypothesis is the angles are congruent. And our conclusion, the angles have equal measures. And take note that the hypothesis and conclusion are sentences. Okay. Next. Okay, counterexample. A counterexample is used to justify that a given conditional statement is false. It could be a figure, an explanation, or a situation. So our statement, you can also justify if it is true or false. So the hypothesis is P and the conclusion is Q. So our conditional can be written as if P, then Q. If P here is our hypothesis, then Q here is the conclusion. So there's a negation of the P. The negation of the P statement, negation meaning negative statement. So not P, so in symbol this is not P. Then the negation of the Q statement is the not Q in symbol, this not Q. A statement can be negated by using the word not or by taking the exact opposite. From the word negation, no, negative statement na siya. Okay. So conditional, again, if P, then Q. What is P here? What is P? The P is the hypothesis and the Q is the conclusion. So when P and Q of a conditional are interchanged, the resulting statement is called the converse of the given conditional. What do you mean by interchange? Interchange meaning change place, di ba? So our conditional here, if P, then Q. Our P here is the hypothesis and our Q, di ba, is the conclusion. So when P and Q are interchanged, the resulting statement is called the converse of the given conditional. This is the converse of the given conditional. If Q, then P, di ba? Instead, the given conditional here is P. After F is P, then our resulting statement here, after if is Q. Then after P here, after then here is P, while here is Q. So they interchange. Again, When P and Q are interchanged, the resulting statement is called the converse of the given conditional. Next, when P and Q of a conditional are both negated. What do you mean by negated? The statement is negative, no? So the resulting statement is called the inverse of the given conditional. So, if not P, then not Q. There's a word not because that inverse of the given conditional is both negated man. They are both negated, negative. Not if not P, then not Q. Lastly, when P and Q of a conditional are both negated and interchanged, meaning they are both negated, they are both negative statement, and then they are also both they interchange. So the resulting statement is called contrapositive of the given condition. So if not Q, then not P. Oh? Not Q, then not P. Okay. So our example, we have here the conditional or the if-then statement. If two angles formed a linear pair, then they are supplementary. So this is if P, then Q. Our P here, or the hypothesis, two angles formed a linear pair, and our Q, the conclusion, they are supplementary. So our converse statement of this given conditional will become if Q, then P. So our Q will become after if, and then the P will become after then. So we have now, if two angles are supplementary, then they form linear pair. Next, the inverse. The inverse statement of the given conditional, if not P, then not Q. Meaning both P and Q are negated or negative statement. So our P, or the hypothesis, if two angles do not form linear pair, there's a word not because it is negated. There's in inverse, the P and Q are negated. Then they are not supplementary. So our after then also are negated. So again, the inverse, if two angles do not form linear pair, then they are not supplementary. Then the contrapositive. Contrapositive, both P and Q are interchanged and negated. So instead here, this is P, and after then is Q. So now they are negated and they both interchange. So if not Q, then not P. So our if then statement, the contrapositive, if two angles are not supplementary, then they do not form a linear pair. Okay. So we have here the activities. Number 1, rewrite to if then form. The given is mammals have hair or fur. So the if then form, if an animal is a mammal, then it has hair or fur. Okay. Observe that this is not in an if then form, no. So if we are going to rewrite the sentence to if then form, how are we going to identify that it is the P or the Q? So after if, diba, is the hypothesis. So remember that the hypothesis is the subject of the sentence and the conclusion is the predicate. So here, mammals have hair or fur. The subject is mammals. That's why mammal is after the if. This is our P, the hypothesis. And the conclusion, have hair or fur, or it has hair or fur. Next, number 2. Give the negotiation of this conditional. The negotiation, the negative statement. Have extra money. So the negative statement is, I have no extra money. Next, give the hypothesis and the conclusion. Okay, as what I have said, the subject there is the hypothesis, the P, and the conclusion is the predicate. So two angles that have a common side are called adjacent angles. Our hypothesis, two angles have a common side, and the conclusion, the angles are called adjacent angles. Okay, so that's all lang. Thank you so much.